Assalamu alaikum YouTube! How's everybody doing today? Welcome to this makeup tutorial. We'll be using the Colorpop whatever eyeshadow palette. So to start off, हम ये वाला सबसे lightest shade in the palette use करेंगे just to set a base. This is basically a transition color more than a base. If you can see, I'm using a blending brush for this, a slightly firm blending brush. I've taken it into my crease and under the eyes, and now I'm taking the slightly darker shade जो कि similar tones में है लेकिन ज़रा सा brownish सा आता है. And I'm going to go over what I just did basically. Now we're switching to the third shade. If you pay attention, मैं अभी तक एक ही brush इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ, तो कोई ज़रूरी नहीं कि आप 3 different shades के लिए 3 different brushes लें. उसी region में मैं ज़रा सा इस color को intensify कर रही हूँ, इस color के साथ ज़रा सा अपनी crease को intensify कर रही हूँ. There you go. I've changed angles so that you can see what's happening, and I really hope that you can. This is obviously sped up. Twice the speed की भी है मैंने इस वक्त, लेकिन मूवमेंट से आप देख सकते हैं कि मैं आउटर कॉर्नर्स पे ज़्यादा फोकस कर रही हूँ, and then I'm bringing it inward. With this shade I'm doing that, so I'm trying to build an outer V here now with this shade. And if you pay attention, I'm going on one eye and then on the other, फिर वापस पहली पे और फिर दूसरी पे. I'm switching between the eyes. This is generally what I do so that I can build up layers. आहिस्ता आहिस्ता से layers add करना मेरी नज़र में is better. Here I'm taking a clean brush and just going over everything I've done to blend it out. There's no color on this blush whatsoever, on this brush whatsoever. अब आप देखें कि excess tap off करना कितना ज़रूरी है, वो सारा हवा में उड़ा. और फिर ये shade. This is a darker shade, it's a berry tone. I'm taking it on the lids only with a flat brush. I'm going to stay under the crease where I've done all the previous work. You can see that. You can see the difference between both the eyes. I take color on both sides of the brush, then I tap off the excess, I poke myself in the eye, and then I go over my whole entire lid. I'm going in a swiping motion because I don't want the color to be overly intense. बहुत intense करना होता तो हम brush गीला करके pat motion करते, but that's not what we want to do. Now I'm taking a slightly thinner blending brush and going over. आप left corner of the screen पे देख सकते हैं कि कौन सा shade मैं use कर रही हूँ. And I'm going over there. At this point, I'm staying in the outer corner and above the lid shade. So I'm not blending it into the lid shade. I'm just giving the lid shade an outer darkness, so to speak. And I'm dragging it a little into the crease as well, so that it all looks nice and blended and there are no harsh lines. Now I go back into the original blending brush, जिसमें मेरे transition shades थे. And I go on top and around the eye work that I've done and under the eyes as well. I did not add any more color to this brush. Over here I'm using a liquid eyeshadow. You can see the details of the eyeshadow on the screen. Left side पे आपको जो pop-up नज़र आ रहा है उसमें आपको swatch पे मैं अभी दिखाऊंगी. I'm taking this onto my hand and then with a finger I'm blending it onto my crease, onto my lid, not the crease, onto the lid. And it's very important to keep your hand low ताकि आपके crease work में ये blend ना कर जाए और बाद में creasing के भी chances कम है जब आप liquid eyeshadow use करें. So I'm taking a little bit more on my hand and now I'm going on the other eye. And very soon you'll see, यहाँ पे चूँकि मेरे हाथ पे ज़रा ज़्यादा था, over confident हो गई थी मैं, तो मैंने गन भी मचा दी है. At this point I'm taking a clean brush and I'm blending out the edges while the eyeshadow is still wet, the liquid eyeshadow, ताकि वो जो गन मच गया था ऊपर वो साफ हो जाए. There's nothing on the brush here. I'm just blending the crease shades and the eyeshadow. Now since I've done it on one eye, I'm also going to do it on the other eye so that it looks uniform. I'm starting off with the face now. This is my primer. This is Flormar Illuminating Primer Base. As you can see, I like to take it all over my face. It's an illuminating primer. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. ये हम पूरे फेस पे नहीं लगाएंगे, ये हम सिर्फ उन पार्ट्स पे लगाएंगे जहाँ पे पोर्स विजिबल हैं. टी जोन पे, नाक पे, चीक्स के अंदर वाली साइड पे. You know where on your face your pores are more visible. On my forehead, a little bit on my chin, you'll see in a minute. But not on the perimeters of the face. Now I'm going in with foundation. और ये मैं रो रही हूँ क्योंकि रात के इस वक्त 1 बज रहे थे. The things I do for YouTube. I like to dot this onto my skin, as you can see, all over my face, and then I actually blend it in with my hands. I've tried brushes, I've tried sponges, and while I love all of those, you have to clean them, you have to make sure they're very, very clean, they have to be at hand, and then I honestly feel it takes a little bit longer when you're working with brushes. With your fingers, you always have your fingers, you wash them before you do your makeup, you know they're clean. It's quick and it's effective. The day I saw Drew Barrymore do this, Tati ki ek video mein, long time back, she used her fingers for her foundation, and I thought if Drew Barrymore can do it, then I can definitely do it as well. It's one of my hacks for mom makeup. It makes makeup application a lot faster. And honestly, very efficient too, because with your fingers you can go in all the nooks and crannies of your face, of your ये देखें नाक के अंदर वाली नाक के corners, not under side corners, or neck. You don't need to switch brushes, you can just take your fingers everywhere. This is my concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal. You can see in the clip on the left how it swatches on my hand. I use this concealer to cover my under eye area and also any other parts of my face that I wish to conceal. If you want a more detailed video on just my concealer application, let me know and we can make that happen. यहाँ पे ज़रा speed up the process. This is another concealer that I use just to brighten. पहले वाला जो था that was used to conceal. This one brightens. And now I'm going back to the first concealer. As brightener ही यहाँ पे I'm going to deal with the high points of my face to highlight them. My forehead, my nose, the corners of my mouth. More चलो concealer हो जाएगा ये highlight के बजाय. But these are the places where I use my LA Girl concealer. The Catrice concealer only goes not under my eyes directly, next to my nose as a highlighter. And then like my foundation, I use my fingers to blend this in as well. The trick for concealer, I think if I can leave you with one tip concerning concealer, that would be work in layers. बजाय इसके कि आप बहुत ज़्यादा कंसीलर थोप दें और फिर आप उसको आधा स्पंज के साथ एब्जॉर्ब करें या ब्रश के साथ पूरे मुंह पे फैला दें. मेरा मशवरा ये है कि आप थोड़ा कंसीलर लें और आप उसको फिंगर्स के साथ ब्लेंड आउट करें. द वार्मथ ऑफ योर फिंगर विल हेल्प यू ब्लेंड इट आउट एज वेल. और अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको और कंसीलर की ज़रूरत है, यू कैन ऑलवेज ऐड मोर. बट taking away from too much product is always difficult. Adding a little bit more tends to be easier. अच्छा, यहाँ पे मैं RCMA का नो कलर पाउडर यूज़ कर रही हूँ टू सेट माई अंडर आई एंड एवरीवेयर दैट आई यूज्ड कंसीलर. आपको वीडियो में लग रहा होगा मैं ये नहीं यूज़ करी क्योंकि मैं इसको एक और कंटेनर में डालती हूँ फॉर ईज़ ऑफ कम्फर्ट. है ये RCMA का नो कलर पाउडर. अब मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी थोड़ी देर में द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सेटिंग इट एंड नॉट सेटिंग इट. You can see I swirl my brush in there and I tap off the excess. So there has to be very little powder. You can see यहाँ पे मेरी लेफ्ट आंख और राइट आंख के बीच में फ़र्क देखें. The eye which has powder just looks smoother. The under eye area, I mean, it just looks smoother. It looks matter. It also makes the concealer last longer. Cracking कम होती है, creasing कम होती है. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं नाक पे जहाँ जहाँ मैंने कंसीलर लगाया वहाँ मैं सेट कर रही हूँ. अब मैं LA Girl ही की ग्लाइड आईलाइनर यूज़ कर रही हूँ फॉर माई वाटर लाइन. बेसिकली मैं काजल की तरह भी इसको यूज़ करती हूँ वाटर लाइन में भी और टाइट लाइन भी मैं इसी से करती हूँ. इट्स अ गुड eyeliner. It's probably one of the best ones I've used for this purpose. और मैं काजल ज़रूर लगाती हूँ अमूमन. So this one I really like. Now to a favorite mascara of mine, which is Essence Lash Princess. This has a false lash effect and it's very, very inexpensive. One of the least expensive mascaras I've used. And I've forgotten कि मैं कितने यूज़ कर चुकी हूँ. Easily 3-4 तो मैं कर चुकी हूँ इस्तेमाल और मेरा एक ख़त्म होने लगता है तो मैं अमूमन अगला मंगवा लेती हूँ. मुझे इतना पसंद है. और अगर आप सेल पे ख़रीदें तो आपको 1000 से कम का भी मिल जाता है. So yes, watch out for a sale and order away the next time you find it online. You can see I'm just building it on my top lashes and then on my lower lashes as well. Right here. I like to work, इसमें भी I like to work in thin layers. एक दफ़ा लगाएं और फिर ड्राई हो जाए थोड़ी देर बाद दोबारा लगाएं. But it truly does give you a false lash effect. Now we're moving on to bronzer. Bronzer is a very, very important step in my makeup routine. I almost always use bronzer on the perimeters of my face. I do feel it adds a lot of warmth back to the skin. जब हम concealer लगाते हैं, foundation लगाते हैं तो skin बहुत flat हो जाती है और bronzer से दोबारा dimension आ जाती है. जो कि मुझे लगता है बहुत ज़रूरी स्टेप है। देसी लोग अक्सर ये समझते हैं कि ब्रॉन्ज़र लगाने से आप बहुत काले लगेंगे। अगर आप थिन लेयर्स में वर्क करेंगे और जहाँ जहाँ ज़रूरत है खाली वहाँ लगाएंगे तो आप बिल्कुल भी काले नहीं लगेंगे, आप नेचुरल लगेंगे। ब्रॉन्ज़र मैं कौन सा यूज़ कर रही हूँ मैं आपको इसलिए नहीं बता रही हूँ बिकॉज द ब्रॉन्ज़र दैट आई यूज़ अनफॉर्चुनेटली इज़ नॉट क्रूएल्टी फ्री एनी मोर। आई एम टेकिंग द सेम ब्रॉन्ज़र ऑन अ thinner brush for my nose just to warm it up. No contouring here, just bronzing to warm up the skin. मैं खाली क्रूएल्टी फ्री प्रोडक्ट्स यूज़ करती हूँ, ये मेरी बहुत कोशिश होती है। और मेरा ब्रॉन्ज़र और ब्लश अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्रूएल्टी फ्री नहीं है। उसका रीज़न ये है कि व्हेन आई बॉट द ब्रॉन्ज़र इट वाज, द ब्लश नेवर वाज, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट, यू कैन सी। बट इफ़ आई हैव समथिंग आई एम गोइंग टू फिनिश इट अप। आई डोंट वांट टू जस्ट थ्रो इट आउट, but I will not endorse it on my channel, which is why you don't see a clip in, you don't see a close-up shot. And now we're using highlighter. That's Becca's Champagne Pop highlighter in powder form. I use a fan brush for this and I take it to all the points in my face where the sunlight would naturally hit. The eyebrow gel, ye colorless hai. It just tames the eyebrows. अब मैं लिप लाइनर लगा रही हूँ। ये निक्स की लिप पेंसिल है और ये इट्स अ ब्राउनर शेड ऑफ माई ओन लिप्स। इट्स प्रीटी सिमिलर टू माई ओन लिप्स एंड ऑनेस्टली लेडीज आई फील इफ़ यू हैव वन गुड न्यूट्रल ब्राउन eyeliner and one good neutral pink eyeliner, you don't really need a lot of other eyeliners. मैं honestly legit खाली 2 eyeliners ही यूज़ करती हूँ. You can see from the size of this eyeliner. I like to feather it into my lips as well. And here we are using Inglot की lipstick. This is Inglot with Jennifer Lopez की collaboration आई थी a couple of years back. I really like this lipstick. It's a very beautiful neutral shade I feel. And like most of my makeup, I work in thin layers even when it comes to lipstick. That's me serving you looks before I go in with some lip gloss. Oh no, sorry. The setting spray disaster first. Setting spray मैंने की और अगर आप देखें तो this setting spray is about to finish, तो it literally just sprayed all over my face. ऐसे था कि जैसे पानी की धारें आ रही हों, पूरा मुंह मेरा गीला हो गया। ये पार्ट में चाहती तो ख़त्म भी कर सकती थी, but I want to show you how I'm going to deal with this disaster all over my face. I'm taking my dupatta since I didn't have a fan at hand and I dried my face a little bit. Now I'm taking a clean brush, a face brush. There's no product on this and I wiped it from on my hand just to be sure that there really is nothing on it. And then I'm just patting, not rubbing. I'm just patting. This is faster than normal. 2 times मैंने speed pace की भी, but I'm just patting everywhere in the center of my face, not outside क्योंकि bronzer को मैं बीच में नहीं drag करना चाह रही हूँ, highlight को भी. So I kept this clip in just to show you how I wear my hijab on a regular basis. I like to take it around my head, tight around the neck with no undercap, and this stays put. It's a viscose hijab, it doesn't go anywhere, it stays put the whole day. Now I'm just going over with a little bit of lip gloss. This is Colorpop's lip gloss. And that's the finished look. Do let me know how you like it. Let me know which part you like the most in my makeup routine. And do let me know if you want me to talk about specific products or specific techniques. We can make that happen as well. Just let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself and those around you. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.